there have been some very funny reactions to the e-levy charges that have been implemented. Even before it was implemented, a lot of people were posting funny things and seeing a lot of hilarious things. And now that it has finally been implemented, you would see many more of these pictures and all of these symbols of government stealing money from Ghanaians, and how they are cheating Ghanaians, and how things are not fair in the country. Apparently, most of this is being initiated by the minority, which is the opposition, the NDC. But then there are also claims that it's not only from the minority, it's not only from the opposition parties, but also from other parties as well. So we don't know who are behind those exact people who are behind these images, but and behind all of these these sayings and these words that are being brought out. But we do know that a lot of people are not really happy about it. Now, what's even funny is that there are even some places where people are posting pictures that they don't accept, mobile money anymore at their business places. They don't want to have issues where certain customers will send the money and then will complain that they'll be complaining that they didn't receive the exact money, and the customers will be like it's not them. When these type of issues come, it is like, okay, you've sent the money already, now send it back. And now if they want to send it back and they are also going to be charged, the customer will also be like, okay, give me exactly what I sent back to you. So all of these things, for those who cannot take it and who cannot stomach it in, they have decided to put these notices where it's on their their storefronts or on their business places, which is we don't accept mobile money. And this is funny because first, when you go to any business center, what you see is we accept mobile money, because they would like to make the customers aware that they could receive it from those avenues as well. But now it is rather the opposite. This is actually a very funny year, if you ask me. So you'd see, if you see any such thing like we don't accept mobile money for personal reasons, you should know where it is coming from. There's also an image where you see a man forcing a block into another man's mouth, where the man who's doing that forcing is the government, and the other man who's receiving this block into his mouth is a Ghanaian. People are just doing hilarious things to show that the government is forcing this on Ghanaians and on the public which is not ready for it yet. But let's look at this thing seriously. If we are going to accept this, what is the worst that could happen, and how bad could it be? I mean, already for some businesses who don't even want to go through arguing with customers who pretend not to know that they are supposed to be charged and all of those stuff, they've decided to take out mobile money from from their transactions. So it's either going to be cash or probably through a bank deposit or something. There are other ways to receive money apart from cash and apart from mobile money. So that means those other areas will be more vital than this one. But when you consider the amount of effort and the stress involved in all of those areas, we don't know if it's really going to be convenient for some. Well, we guess it may be, depends on the business you are doing. It depends, yeah. For some businesses it wouldn't be that much of a headache. I mean, it's not going to be too much. But then there are some businesses that you just can't ignore mobile money. But that one is just what it is. You just cannot ignore mobile money. You see, mobile money is carrying money on you without carrying money. That is it. So it makes things so easy. As long as you have a phone, you are done. You are good to go. As long as you have anything that can, receive a phone SIM or a chip, or you are just good to go. Whether it's a tab or any other device, you are just good to go. But when you take mobile money out, then it's not everyone who can carry cash around. Well, everyone can carry cash around, but when it has to do with certain huge amounts, it's rather safer to, do it the mobile money route. So we'll see. There are many people who are, and you should see some of the messages and some of the things that are being put out on people's walls by the opposition parties and by those who are very very grieved with this um, e-levy charge. There are many who are really firing the government and saying a lot of things. This is just what we expected. If you do remember, even in parliament it was very hot. In the parliament house, things were really getting hot, and it's funny. Look at another image that has come up on the screen. Some people are taking screenshots of their account balance, of their mobile money balance, current balance zero, available balance zero, just to show that they have taken out and they have withdrawn all the monies from the Mumu from their phone's account, so that they wouldn't have any problem with these e-charges. But are these people serious? Are they really going to leave those those accounts, mobile money accounts, empty forever? We don't know how practical that is going to be, but until then we'll see. Who knows, maybe something will happen and then the government will change it again. We are also hearing some promises from the opposition parties that when they come into power they are going to wipe away this e-levy charge. We don't know whether it's really true or if it's a scheme to get many people to vote for them, but only time will tell, and that's if they actually get into power. Now, as election is drawing closer, many people are taking certain things into consideration and are noting down some of these things to see whether it's going to be a good thing to keep this government in power, or if they are going to change them. And some of the bitter things we've been hearing from many of those who are grieved with this e-levy charges is that they'll vote the government out when elections come. But I don't personally think that is just reason enough to take the government out. And I don't know if they are really saying that just to get the government to erase this e-levy charges, or they are really saying it because they really mean it. Well, only time will tell. In the meantime, if you are a Momo user, be aware that these charges are sort of let's just say they have been implemented. So you have to be wise with your transactions. Many people are also finding out ways to reduce their sending and rather to receive more, because you are not going to be charged on things like deposits. So you are not going to be charged on those type of things, so you have no problem. But it's mainly with the sending. I'm not too sure if you are going to be charged for receiving receiving amounts too, so I don't want to even talk about it, though I don't think it's going to be done. I don't think you'll be charged for receiving, and I don't know, do you think we are supposed to be charged for using the monies in our Momo to make certain purchases? I think so. I think so. Well, some of us, we haven't tried it yet because we are not ready. We are not ready to see how it feels like when you are charged 1.5%. So for those of you who have tried, please let us know. Do all the types of transactions: send, receive, buy something, deposit. Just do all of the types, and then let us know which ones are being charged and which ones are not being charged, because people are putting out different figures on social media where people have tabulated the charges that are going to be deducted when you spend a certain amount, when you send a certain amount. You see those things, and everyone's own is sort of different. You see someone 100 cedis, they'll tell you be charged this amount. Another person will tell you 100 cedis, but they'll be charged a different amount. So the best way to find out is if you yourself you go ahead with that transaction. So you can do us the favor and just do one or two transactions and let us know how it feels like. In the meantime, there are not any other hot issues with in relation to this mumu. There are some who are suggesting that if it is not stopped now, the e-levy charges will not only remain but it could increase. And it is actually something that I've thought about, and I've seen that it could be true, because if it is now 1.5% and it has been implemented, as long as it's in play, there's a possibility of it going up or it's going down. The government could decide to take it up due to certain reasons, or bring it down due to other reasons. So it also stands in place. So that's also another thing we would have to watch. But all in all, I guess it's just something that we have to get used to if we are going to be using Momo for a while, unless of course there's another way for us to send these transactions without using these mobile money platforms. There are other ways already, but which of them is that convenient, and which of them is going to be as easy, and it's going to be, because you have to also take into consideration the fact that whatever platform is going to be easy for you to send must be a platform that other people must also be on. So all these are things to think about. Okay, so thank you. You can go through the funny reactions on social media and just have a nice time about it, but please do well not to insult the government or to say bad things about the government. Remember that they are the ones who have been put in power to watch over us, so let's just keep it at that respected level. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.